Pause. 6. Okay, hi, 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 hi. Hi. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing good. Okay, Kitty is here. Hi, Kitty. Yes, the camera's on. He's 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 rambunctious, we'll call it. Listen. I don't know what he wants. I think he wants me to take another nap with him. He's like, please, let's go to sleep. Okay, Kitty, no. Either way, this is a request, okay? And it's from WYSG. It's about work. It's work angled, but I wrote it so it could be open for others, possibly maybe. I don't know. My mind will still be work. I'm still going to be mentioning work things. Okay, but anyways, they're impressions of you. I don't remember how I worded it, but this is what we're doing. So I'll get you something to pick from. Say hi to Kitty. He needs attention. He needs too much attention. Okay, he needs more attention than I can give. And that's just fine. Listen, Kitty. I would let him stay there. I would just scoot over a little. I can make room for Kitty. This could be Nikki Kitty Tarot. It's Kitty with two D's. Okay, not T's. D's. Double G's. My Kitty. He's big, man. He gets really big in the summer. I don't know what he does. He's on that I want to say that all natural, that blood diet. He eats mice. I can tell. Listen, I went for a walk with him once to the bus stop. We took this really cute path, okay? And all he did was be like a little kitty bodyguard. He was so cute. He would run ahead of me like a big panther, and then he would attack anything, even butterflies. I was like, "Don't attack the butterflies, kitty." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I didn't know you were so vicious." I was like, "I love you, kitty." I don't know how I got so scared. He tried to follow me. I was like taking off down the main road. The buses are around, and I'm like, "Please don't follow me. Stay in the bushes, kitty, please." I was like, "Kitty's cool." I like Kitty. I don't know who his owner is, but I'm his owner right now. I'm his part-time owner. Yes, but listen, I've turned to full-time. I have to actually go pick up cat food. He's like, oh, he's here. All right, he ate all of the other cat food in like a day or two. Like he eats more than Mr. Butters. Mr. Butters was small though. Kitty was big, but Kitty has a tendency to get so big that I wondered his gender. I was like, are you pregnant, Mr. Kitty? Okay, because he was very big. I was like, can you even jump anymore? He could. I was impressed. I was like, Kitty, you can still jump with that. He was so big. I don't know what happened. That's why I said Kitty got small again. He had a collar at one point. Now he doesn't. I don't know. But I love his little raccoon tail. He's really cool. Either way, this is their impressions of you. Oh yeah, were they positive or negative? So that way, like you can kind of sense if maybe you got the job, right? So option one is zebra, option two is crocodile, and option three is owl. So go ahead and pick your pick, and I'll see you at your choice. Gosh, it spooks me every time. Okay, but it's gonna be about maybe 20. I'm gonna try to make it like 20 minutes for the shuffle, and like 20 minutes per pile. I'm aiming for 20 minutes per pile because I have to do something. Yes, kitty, but no, it's fine. Kitty, please. Either way, I'll see you at your choice. Kitty, kitty, kitty. I know. What do you want? I don't know what you want. He's like, I just want to cuddle you. And I'm like, my gosh, listen, I'm not used to people wanting to cuddle me. Eh, He's like, oh, he's all disappointed about this. I'm sorry. I like cuddling. I'm sorry, kitty, but I can't just sit and cuddle all day. I cannot just sit on my couch and cuddle all day. I have to sit on my desk. I don't know. I like my desk. This is my desk. Kitty. He must want attention. That's what I always tell myself. Oh, I have to get in the chat. Hold on. Jesus. They landed there. There, they kitty. You're blocking it. Y'all missed that. That was a trick shot. Hold on. Kitty. Kitty, you gotta move right quick because I have to show that where it landed. It's too cool. I'm sorry, Kitty. Oh, God. Bye. Yes, look where it landed. It landed right there. Underneath, like it was like two shot out, and they're like, "We go there," and I'm like, "All right, take it, Jesus." Telekinesis, is that what it is? Where things just take things where they want to go? God, with the owl card, it makes perfect sense. I don't know what kind of job that is. That's a weird job. Odd jobs with Mike Rose. Hey, this is Mike Rose. Listen, I watched a lot of TV. Yeah, I had a basement. I wanted at one point in my life. But yeah, no. I sat there watching lots of I like Discovery Channel. I like the Cooking Channel, Discovery Channel, the History Channel. Oh, I love the History Channel. Oh, I love that Oak Island fucking shit. I already know there ain't shit down there. Hey, call me stupid, but I don't care. Either way, I love the whole story though. I need to watch. I think I'm missing like I thought they canceled the show, so I stopped. Listen, my life went to hell. Listen, I won't lie. That's what okay. Life took a sharp right turn into fucking. It- I don't know what to call that. It's like you were supposed to die, so now you go this way, and now good luck because you were supposed to die. And I'm like, shit. I gotta get back out there. I gotta get away from this. And then I didn't get to. I don't watch TV no more. I'll play video games no more. I don't do jack shit no more. I'm like thinking like it's gonna happen again. Not literally, right? But this is the mental process. I'm told in the recovery. I don't know. I feel like I'm acing my recovery because I became the therapist of the therapy. I was like, I was born for this job. Sit down, ladies. I was like, okay. The one lady couldn't even speak fucking English, and I had her cry. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I made you cry, and she's like, oh no, it's okay. I'm like, okay, it's a good cry. Fuck yes, okay. I don't know. They gave me these worksheets. I felt like I was in kindergarten again. I was like, God, like they're like, do something. They're like, next week, please tell us what. It was an experience to be had going through the shelter system. If I didn't show up, I would get kicked out. It was part of the rules, and it was every week. Okay, I got transferred shelters for who the fuck. I don't want to talk about it. No, that's another story, another day. Hey, that's a fucked up bitch. Either way, I'm still salty about how they kicked me out because it was not fair. But either way, when I switched shelters, I didn't know they did it. I listen. I figured they did therapy Thursday or whatever we want to call it. But I tried to like ride the knowledge card. Yeah, I didn't know. I tried to ride the. I didn't know because no one had told me, and I was like, "Listen, I'm gonna ride that because I have a feeling that's what they're doing, and I just ain't gonna do it." I literally missed 4 sessions. And someone tells me all of a sudden they come out while I'm smoking and avoiding it. Right? Listen, they would do the silliest of things. Their therapy was silly. The one lady liked cards, so when she started using cards, it was fun. We had to listen. That's true. They played games. I didn't really, I didn't know they were playing these games, and most of the games were weird. One of them was like music, like the lady. None of them spoke English. That's another deter. Everybody was there going to be a translator in the corner? Like, come on. Yes, there was. They started forcing me to go, and then they realized, damn, this is exhausting. And I'm like, this is kind of why I didn't show up, guys. I'm so sorry. But you want me here. You want a part? Make me here. I'm here. And we listen. Eventually, the lady started stepping up her game with her games. She started bringing out cards and having us do like guessing games with cards. I'm like, oh my god, I'm looking. I don't know, but I was like hella into this interactive therapy session. I was like, it was group therapy. Everyone's like, they're like looking at this card and they're like, I'm gonna get out of here and drink a bottle of wine. And I'm like, oh shit, and I gotta roll up with the next part of the story. I'm like, oh, look at what I got. I got like an archway with like some flowers. It's like a wedding scene. I'm like, how do I go? I was like, and then I'm gonna stop drinking and maybe find a husband. Know what to do here. I'm not that broke. I don't like wine. Okay, I gotta change that one. And then the next person's like, I don't know, they went hella deep. They had a gate. Right? This is a PTSD moment for me apparently because I remember it like yesterday. She had the gate card and she's like, all I want to do is step outside and see my family. And I was like, she says it in French, and I'm like, whoa, what's happening to her? I look at the lady like, oh, translate. I need to know where did this story turn? It sounds dark. Okay, I want to touch her, but I won't because of COVID, and also because I don't want to touch her. And then the lady's like, she translates it. I'm like, oh God, that hit me. I was like, damn, fuck. I thought I made it bright enough. Why did you do that? Okay, who's next? Right, then the next woman, she like doesn't even want to play. I don't even remember her card. She's like, ah, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. Then the story ended. That was the last woman. Listen, but a point is that the games got better. Because towards the end there, listen, we played this one game. It was like charades, but not. You had to use words Okay, they gave you word cards, right? Oh, I'm so good at games, all right? I'm psychic. Okay, did I cheat? Fuck, I didn't try to, so I feel like it's one of those where I accidentally cheated, I guess. But either way, I beat them, and everybody, my partner spoke French, and we still got it done. I don't know, she spoke enough English, I could work with this. And man, listen, there was one woman who, that's what it was. Someone actually was competing against me. All right, I can feel when someone competes against me, and I'm like, "Who's doing that? I have to beat you. I will defeat you." And I do, and then I'm like, "Hey, we win." And high fives me and I don't remember her name. Fuck, I'm so sorry. But she used to babysit for me while I was painting my house, so I really like that girl. I was like, "Can I please, since you're home, like here all the time because of the baby, can like you sign this parental slip? Like if I don't if I disappear, you'll take care of my baby." This is so fucking crazy. Listen, my kid's not a baby, but it's still my baby. So I'm like, this is terrible, but I'll give it to you. At least you have a baby. My kid will probably like that. Hey, my kid will have a nice, cool life with you. It's like this is I'm signing off my child right now because I have to go paint my apartment. And if I don't come back, I don't think she realized the power of that permission slip there. I don't know what the fuck that was. Either way, I hated it. I didn't want to leave. I never wanted to leave the property. I was like, damn, I can't risk it. If I end up dying, well, okay, listen, shit happens. It makes you feel like you might die just going out doing nothing. Right? I'm just going to the store, never returns. Damn. What happened? We fucking, who knows? I end up on like the next 48 hours. Nope. Right? I'm not in America. I feel like you got to be in America to end up on that show. I'm sorry. Okay, but yeah. Oh yeah, we played the card game. That lady literally was like crazy. She was crazy. Everyone in the room was like, really, really honestly realizing that she's crazy. She made no sense. Everyone kind of like started moving slowly and getting weirded out by her because of how crazy she was. She was like, I dig out the trash. And I'm the trash woman, right? Because they give you chores. I had like five chores. I had two bathrooms, which had three toilets in each bathroom, and two showers are in each bathroom. One had a fucking tub. Listen, it helped me discover my destiny. I like cleaning. I liked this. I dropped half my deck. Hold on. Oh, but it didn't scatter. That's nice. It just kind of rolled off in the corner because of their shape. But yeah, so and then I had mop in the kitchen, and I had the downstairs toilet. All of this at once at some point because there wasn't very many ladies left, and I don't know. I like a clean shower. I like a clean toilet. I took it on, dare I say. I tried to get out of the floors and things like this. They pulled the listen, Nicole. If you're not capable of doing the chores, then you can't stay. Okay. And I was like, fuck you. All right. Let me go take out this mountain of recyclables and let me go clean like 10 toilets, you cunt. I was like, wow, this lady can't even pack a fucking dishwasher. That woman, she would pack the dish, she put the frying pan in. I shit you not. She put the frying pan in the dishwasher facing upward. I go at it in the morning because she was on dishwasher duty. I had to take over dishwasher duty because she destroyed it. This is why I take on the chore because I live there and I have no choice. Oh, it was exhausting living there. And everybody moved out eventually and like there was nothing but me. And I'm like, me and my kid and like this lady that is like swear I sent she's sent from hell. I don't know. She's sent from hell to make me cry and crack and like just fall over every day right after getting diabetes. And she stole my food. I bought a bunch of diabetic food for myself, diabetic approved foods, so that I could eat, right? And she ate that shit. And I was like, this fucking bitch is driving me crazy. This bitch is trying to kill me. Oh my god, this lady. So I'm thinking it's all in my head, right? And then game night comes on. I have to put the war paint on. Game night comes on. Yeah, I'm forced to go, and I like. I'm not. I don't even care to win. I don't give a shit to win about anything. But during the therapy session before the game, the pre-game session warms up the secret competition in me. I don't know. I have an Aries moon, so it's like back off, lady. Sit down, watch me go. And I mean, I don't know, but either way, so we're in the office room, you know, man, and we're set up to do this game face to facing, and we got a little hourglass, and but before we do this, I'm excited. I'm like, I want to get to the game. We do the therapy, and I'm like, ugh. No, 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 not the therapy. We talk about the chores. we did make discussions about things, like, are you doing your chores? Or if you're not, ugh, yeah. And also chore rearranging, right? The lady's like, I take out the trash. I looked at her like she was crazy. I was like, no, you don't. I was like, that's my job. I was like, I do that. I was like, I was like, I just came off strike. I was like, there's no way you take the trash out. I just got like reprimanded for being on strike because they had a fucking mountain of fucking recyclables. They decided to empty the freezer, the staff. That's why I took a stand. I was like, fuck you. Okay, the staff goes into the freezer and empties it and then just piles boxes this big. And I'm like a half dead diabetic. Like I had just got the diabetes. And I'm all like, what? Well, y'all want me to take all this out there? I don't even think we got room for it. I go outside. If there's shoveling to be done, I was like, I got a shovel. I was like, does someone come and clear for the trash? No, you. If you're on trash duty, that's your job. And I'm like, Jesus, I don't even got time to do shit. All I do is chores in this bitch. Yeah, right. And I took a stand on that one. I waited for them. They called me to the office. Oh God, what a fucking crazy house that place was. Right? I feel like it's to make you wanna leave, but it's like I had nowhere to go. I had to wait, and I had a date, right? I had an apartment. I was like, "No, this they tried to kill me at the end. I swear it, man. Mentally, at least. Either way, so I know this lady doesn't everyone knows because of my outlandish behaviors. Everyone in the building knows that Nicole takes out the trash, and she even just said, "Fuck you" to y'all about the recyclables, and everybody knows about my drama. Because 'Cause I'm be like, "Listen, I can't take out this trash, y'all." They dumped that's what it is too. They took all, like, the frozen shit and put it in the trash and left it there for me. You know how heavy a fully like, a 75-gallon trash bag of frozen trash is? Do you know how heavy that is? It's heavier than me damn near, and I'm like I looked at it, I was like, "I will not be able to do this." I do it, and I'm like, the trash falls over, I'm, like, dragging it, I'm like, "No, no, 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 this ain't happening." I leave the other one. I try to make my statement. I'm like, "Come at me." I leave it there. It defrosts, it gets gross. They eventually take it out, and they tell me they reprimand me about it, and I'm like, "Are you seriously reprimanding me about what y'all did to me?" I was like, "Listen, no, I'm supposed to clean up after the ladies, not the employees." I said, "So fuck you." I actually told that lady to go fuck herself. Because listen, I can say whatever I want to these people. She looked at me, she said, I said, yeah, get upset. And I was like, I'm going back to my room. I was like, and I'll take care of those recyclables before the end of the day. I was like, but don't ever fucking do that to me again. I said, if it's not someone that lives here, I said, I'm not going to take care of it. I was like, that's the deal. I said, that's what your paper says. I said, and now that we both know that, I was like, okay, yeah. Okay, no, that lady was terrified of me. She's the one who brought me to I asked someone for a ride. They were like, "We can provide rides for you if it's for good reason." So I was like, "Listen, I got an apartment. Can y'all take me there? I got an appointment to go meet the maintenance man and shit." And they're like, "Oh god," they've like flipped out over it. I'm like, "Does no one ever ask for rides? What is this?" That's the lady that gives me the ride. I am fucking selling that bitch out. Ah, fuck that bitch. How dare she? How dare they? I don't know. But either way, so then this lady on game night is like, I take out the trash. I was like, what? I was like, "No, she doesn't." The counselor lady's, like, looking like, "What's wrong with this woman?" She's like, "No, Nicole takes out the trash." They even got me on camera, like, dragging that shit out all fucking dramatic every night, like, "Fuck this, I hate life." Shoveling, like, "Blah." Taking, like, this, and I had to put my music on. It was like I was right back up north, dude. It's like I was right back in the woods. I was like, "Okay, just straps on, my gloves, I'm ready for, like, 30 minutes of shoveling." Fucking hate y'all. Put me on trash duty. I was like, "Can one of I'm the smallest person in that building. Why am I on trash duty? Why? Can you not put that woman? She clearly wants to be on trash duty. She wants to complain about it." I was like, no, listen. I said, I take out all the trash. I said, I don't know what this woman's talking about. I said, she's full of shit. And they're like, well, calm down. And I, no, it's fine. I'm done. That's all I have to say. Like, can we play now? Okay. And then she actually, like, she shuts up. But then I don't remember what happens. They start talking in French. I stop listening. I I have to focus to understand the French. Like, I have to really try, to really try. Okay, unless someone's making the effort to help me try, I have to really I like close my eyes and like fucking I wish on a star down there in front of my ears. No, but no, fuck, I hated living there. That shit was like hell. My kid was like documenting. I had my kids taking pictures. and we would discuss because there was some. Listen, of course, there was some creepy activities in this one. Of course, all right. Room 6 had nail scratches on the outside of the door, like someone was dying to get in there. Oh, that is like such a fucking reversal on there on being scared. All right, like oh my god, there's something in the hallways here. Let me in, please. Okay, yeah. And get this, every woman that stayed in room 6, it was split with room 4, right? 4, no, because I was at 5, 6, 7. I guess it would be room 7. It is room 7. So it's split with room 7, right? There's no curtain or nothing. There's just it's just wide enough so they put 2 beds. And I was like, "That's dumb. There should be a curtain here. What the fuck is that?" I was like, "You change in front of that woman? Do you change in front of that lady?" I was like, "What the hell is that? There's no privacy. That should be against the law." I don't care if it's a shelter. Like, come on, we're not animals. It's a shower curtain. I don't know. Okay, the hospitals have them. They're so cheap. Anyways, so, and I feel like for COVID too, geez, there should be something, some drapery. Either way, I had so many complaints when I went in that room. And but either way, everybody that sleeps in the room that's next to door 6, right? That bed 6, goes fucking crazy. And the ambulance comes. They have to strap them down and everything. All right, all right. And of course, I attract them. I attract all the crazy motherfuckers. Okay. This girl is like, oh my God. I don't know. She liked me a lot. She wanted to talk to me. She had some guy stalking her. She's like showing me pictures of him and she's all like freaking out. And I'm like, man, I don't really. I was like, you kind of need to just maybe go back home to your family. Where do they live? They're like, is it not even that far? I'm like, can you? They're like, she's all like, I can never go there. And I'm like, oh gosh, okay. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know. She was nuts. I felt like she was making shit up. She was one of those types of nuts. And like, she's like, I don't know. Her stories never made fucking sense, dude. If I listen, no, if your stories don't make sense, it's because there's something wrong there. And listen, it's not like pauses or breaks, like holding back. No, like contradictions. Oh, I love to cook. I'm such a good cook. Goes and cook. Oh my God, you know, she was known as the girl that could not cook, and all she ever wanted to do is cook for everybody, and she would force it on everybody. She took over the breakfast, like the we did Saturday brunch, right? She took over the pancakes for the brunch, burns them all. Good. She didn't even make good batter or nothing. And I'm like, this is disgusting. I was like, I can't do this. I couldn't eat it. No one ate it. Everybody laughed about it except for the one lady. The one lady that somehow saw me in my panties. That woman, the lesbian. Of course, it had to be the lesbian. The one that's like aggressively lesbian, and she's gonna touch your hair and talk about how much she loves it. And are you gay yet? Type of lesbian. And it's like, no, please calm down, leave me alone. All right, it's just that one. She's like, she hated that girl, and she would just constantly argue with her and shit like this. Oh god, that girl was wacky. Wacky as fuck. She was like, "Can I please have a picture with you?" And I'm like, "What? Why?" She was like, "I want to remember." And I'm like, "What the Listen, it was like I went to a mental asylum, but for women only. But it really wasn't. I don't know, but it kind of ends up being like that because of what they've gone through to end up there. Listen, listen. It was like a jail sentence. It was the wackest thing I've ever had to fucking experience. But room 6 was by far the spookiest thing in the building. All right. I can't believe they've painted over the scratches and get this, it's been re-scratched in the same spots again. Like the paint will always chip off there. Oh, it's so fucking crazy. There's like 4 layers of paint and they're all scraped. Like it's like, but you could tell that it was repainted after each scrape. Oh god, it was nuts. I was like, this door is cursed. It's like I walk in there and I'm like, this bedroom is cursed. What happened here? Okay, that girl ended up going fucking batshit crazy, like a bear. She was kicking the police. She was rolling on the floor. Alright, the police did the best they could. He had to lay, he had to lay on top of that girl. And I was trying to take my meds, alright? What was I doing? I was trying to get a joint because they allow this one allows me to smoke, but only if I leave it with them. So I'm like, I leave it with them. This is why I stopped leaving it with them and started keeping my own. Like I would give only some to them because they were unreliable. I had to wait like 2 hours because of this. because that girl went into their office and destroyed it. I shit you not, she threw everything on the floor. And I just was just waltzing through. Of course, I had to go through there, and she like bonded with me. I don't know. She really liked me. All right. She was one of those where I tell her about me, and she's like, "Oh my God, me too." And I'm like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah." I don't know, and it totally wasn't. It was not true at all. I know she was a little crazy that one. Yeah. Okay, but she went nut and she went crazy. She was. She listened. She was okay. One of the times that she tries to talk to me, because I don't talk to anybody. I just got there, and she arrived like the same night as me. She tried to like talk to me while I was in. Listen, I got there really late. I've had to do so much fucking laundry because of COVID rules. I had to wash 8 trash bags filled to the brim of laundry. I was up till like 3 a.m. doing folding laundry, separating socks, everything I owned. Ah, it was exhausting. But so I go to eat after, or at some point, the lady comes at me like a security guard. You're not allowed to cook. I'm like, well, listen, it's my first night, please. I just got kicked out, and I'm like trying not to get kicked out again. I had no fucking idea. I just got here. I was like, and I'm doing laundry and I'm hungry. And they're like, no, it's fine, but never again. I'm like, no problem. I was like, what time does the kitchen close? 9 p.m. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? 9 o'clock? I was like, I can't come in here and have like a midnight snack. They're like, no, you can eat, but you can't cook. And I'm like, and she's like, we had a fire. And I was like, oh God, all right. Like she could mind read that one or something, or she could just hear me. I don't know. I asked her, I'm like, why the fuck can I not? I was making mac and cheese and shit. I was hungry, man. My kid was hungry. I tried to order Subway. It didn't work. I tried to order pizza. It didn't work. They were geo blocked or some shit like that. Ugh. I was not prepared for this. All right. I had less than 48 hours to find this place. I just took it. All right. But either way, I meet the girl there and she bonds with me from the start. I like gave her some mac and cheese. She like was making a sandwich or some shit like this. She's like, "Do you think this is fresh?" I'm like, "No, that's not fresh at all. That has mold on it." Like she literally had mold on it, and she didn't fucking. I was like, "Don't eat that." I like take it from her. Like, what is wrong with you? I dump it out, and I was like, "Listen, I just got here. I don't know what the hell's going on in there." I was like, "I wouldn't eat anything." I said that shit had mold on it. I was like, I'm making mac and cheese. I said, you can have some of it. I give her some, and then I was like, you have a good night. I like leave. I go eat it in the room. Then they tell me the next day you're not allowed to eat in the room. I'm like, I didn't know. All right, can you guys be a little more considerate? I'm like a weathered, beaten person right now. Can you all chill? Look. All right, so I learned all the rules the first night because I break them all. Yeah, but then every rule I abide by. I don't know, but I owned them on game night, and I had a language barrier against it. Me and that girl, we were so that girl was happy. I could tell she wanted to win. I was like, "Oh, don't you want to win? If you want to win, I'm your partner." I was like, "We're gonna win. We're gonna beat knock the socks off of both of them." It was 2 other teams. It was best, you know. Yes, me and that girl wrecked them all. Okay, they did like a little tournament. Like those two had to go each other. We had to go against. Then the winner had to go against these two. And then they did brackets, and I know we did it. Yes. Ah, what was her name? Her name was like Alyssa or Melissa or something like this. Either way, I liked that girl. She was nice. I don't know. I had her sign the permission. I don't know. My kids want to literally get to kind of take care of themselves. I don't know. I told them about this permission slip, so they had their own plan going down. They're like, "Don't worry, okay." They actually would plan for it. I was like, I don't know. Me and my kid are interesting like this. Anyway, I'm actually getting cold. I have my window open. I was And Kitty was having such a thoughtful moment. He was being so thoughtful. He sat there for like a half hour, staring like I guess at the stars. I don't know. Kitty's really cute. Either way, hello, I'm back. Okay, I'm done with my past stories of going through hell. But no, this is a request, and it's from WYSG, and it's their impressions of you. Is it positive or negative? And it's angled mostly for like jobs, all right, careers and things like this. So we have option one, zebra, option two, crocodile, and option three, owl. So go ahead and pick your pick, and I will see you at your pick. And I just realized I need to get into the channel. I'm getting into the channel. Okay, Riki, I know we have the private reading, but I was going to say I'm going to do it right after this. I plan to do it right after this. So that's why I said sometime around 7 is when I would message you. So know that I'm coming. I feel like you'll probably tune in because you're expecting a reading at 10 my time. Yes. Either way, just so you know. Okay, I don't know if they'll actually see or hear that. Listen, it's hard to tell when people are going to be in the channel. Either way, I'm here. Option one. Wow. The zebra card. My fingers are actually cold. My desk is even cold. Okay, but their impressions of you, you're kind of cold. I don't know. Okay, this person kind of doesn't really have too much. Okay, your boss with the knowledge card, your boss is into some type of magic. I don't know what kind. It, it might be some type of, I don't know what kind of, with the coffin card, I was going to say cloaking magic, so it could be. Either way, your boss does some type of magic. And the hawk card, they've been looking for somebody like you. They can see that you're good for the job. So I want to say their impressions of you are that you're good for it, but they can't. But it's the zebra card that makes you good for it. I don't know. We're like hidden in plain sight. I don't know, something like this. Like, mm, I don't know. Either way, this boss doesn't like judge you or nothing like this. They find you very neutral. Adaptation though, and knowledge. So they find you knowledgeable. All right, little luxuries. I feel like this might pay more, whatever job this is. It pays more than you're used to or usually getting paid for. Cleanse card and soulmates. Okay, so I feel like you might get this job from a friend. I feel like that's not why you get the job. You actually are good for the job. This person was going to hire you anyways because of a friend, but you ended up being great for it. I don't know. We have the comic card over here. Something about like a mask about you. I don't know. The judge card. You're a good judge of character. And the comic card. I don't know. They find you with adaptation, humorous. Go with the flow, easygoing, like a rolling type energy. Like you roll, you keep the ball rolling. Something like this. It's time to release negativity. Like I feel like you fucked this up, or maybe like you don't trust this job somehow. Like you don't trust why you're hired. You don't maybe think you don't know how this person feels about you. They don't let you know. No, they have some type of magic on them. Copper card. I feel like if you're really good at reading people, they have magic so that you can't read them. So it's gonna scatter you. If you don't know, you know what I mean? This is why magic is broken. It's just an illusion. So to break the illusion is awareness. So I feel like just knowing that this person dabbles with magic and that they use it to make people not know, understand, or see them or something, like a shield. I feel like it kind of makes you go through it. But either way, the service card and soulmates, that's what I say, and coffin, I feel like something about you being sleepy or having energy, having a lot of energy. I don't know. Copper, maybe something about your eyes too. Okay, but it's time to release negativity. I feel like it's not a bad job, regardless if they have this magic shielding them, covering them, and androgen. And okay, that's why I say this is somebody that I feel like. Oh, and Venus card. Oh, they're very attractive. I want to say. Okay, this person, but overall, I feel like they. Hold on, my brightness. Hold on. Oh no, it's good. Never mind. Oh, apocalypse. That's what I'm saying. Something about your eyes. That's why I say they can see into your eyes and they can see past whatever zebra. I feel like you're very hard to read, but this person reads people great. So I feel like they read people perfectly. I feel like, I don't know, there's something about they have a way to go through. I feel like anyone's shields. So I feel like you have like a natural one, the zebra card. They see you and they have expectations because you're a zebra. This is somebody that can recognize that you're a zebra. But because they can recognize, oh, look at you, they know there is a third eye to you. So this person, I feel like, studies you, cleanse. They see you as something good. You're perfect for this job. Maybe you have to be clean to get this job. Something like this. Fertility. Oh, you're healthy looking. Okay, that's what it is. Apocalypse. Something in your eyes. Oof. I don't know. You're someone. You're attractive. Okay. So I feel like this person. I feel like they're not necessarily attracted to you, but I feel like there's an intensity. Oof, I feel like if they could be attracted to you, they would be. They will be. I feel like if it's open for that. So like if this boss is single, I feel like they would be attracted to you. I feel like, but if they're not single or they're not available or they're not your preference or something, I feel like they're not. I feel like it's natural. It's not like one of those where they still are secretly and they hold it back. No, I feel like this boss can actually turn that shit off. The androgen, whatever, androgen, it's making me think of somebody that's very androgynous. That's about their sexuality. I feel like this is somebody that can be just friends. I feel like even if they've had sex with you before, I don't know, rejuvenation. So as I say, maybe if you've worked with this boss before, I feel like this is somebody that doesn't hold grudges and things like this. They knowledge card. I feel like with or without knowledge, they go with how they feel with the person. So I feel like if they hire you, it's because they want you. If they contact you, it's because they want to. And I feel like and this person wants to. So I feel like whatever interview this is, it went really good. Okay, your dreams need a practical plan. Stable. They feel like you're going to be very stable. You're going to make it there. You're going to maybe they give you a lot of they're not offering but well yeah offering but they're kind of like giving you an unstable or crazy or unreliable or apocalypse. You know, like they're giving you some type of schedule that's a little like you could handle it though, and they can see that you can handle it, and this is what they really really like about that. I feel like the reliability. You're reliable. So that's what I say. Like maybe your days aren't very scheduled, or your times are shit, or something like this, or maybe both. You know what I mean? They know that this is like something that a lot of people don't like to tolerate. So I feel like the pay doesn't. They feel this person feels like they maybe underpay you. So this boss is somebody that's considerate. That's what I say. This boss is a good person. They would try to give you what they. You know what I mean? They always try to balance out. You know what I mean? I feel like to pay you properly. Like so, I feel like this is like a boss that would take you on lunch to try to like buy you lunch because they feel like you deserve more maybe or give you like a gift, things like this for Christmas, things like that. So true wisdom and making good choices in life. Reawaken and then stand stronger. Maybe you have to be up early for this job or something, or maybe you're just going back to this job. I'm not sure. But either way, service, they really like you at this job. And I feel like this person isn't even trying to like flirt with you at all. I feel like there isn't really any sexual desires here. I don't know, but I feel like there could be though. I don't know what made me say that. Oh, the fertility card. I was like, what made me think that there could be? Because I feel like this boss is not really attracted to you. It's not that they're not attracted to you. I feel like they're just not, I don't know, they're not turned on by you. As I say, they're very neutral with you. But this is a good thing. This is what you want from someone, a boss. You don't want them to have any type of emotions towards you, good or bad. You want them to see you this way. Hammer card, okay? Sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. With rejuvenation. So as I said, maybe you've tried to get this job before. No, I feel like this job is just really tough. I feel like for a lot of people to handle, I feel like it might be because of the work schedule. But overall, everyone kind of fucks this job up. And working on it, I feel like because you're reliable, you could fuck up. It's one of those like you can't sit there and fuck up all the time. I feel like no, this is why they hired you. You don't really fuck up ever. So I feel like if you ever do, I feel like don't worry about ever making mistakes at your job because this company is not going to care. These people aren't going to mind that because you kind of I don't know, something about being reliable. They value this more, and I feel like, and I don't know, that's why I said this boss pays attention. So light card, look to the space, to the trees for answers. So I feel like you might. That's why I say you're maybe feeling like this. I don't know. I feel like they this boss doesn't really quite give you much emotion to work off of. So I feel like, and if you're in a negative mindset, you might worry. I feel like you might go on and off about this in your mind, whether or not you have the job, you don't have the job, or maybe if you're keeping your job. Something like this. I'm also picturing maybe someone that might lose their job. They're worried they're losing their job. No, no, no. The hammer card, it's kind of like imagine like beating it in your head. Like they can see that I feel like that you're very good. I don't know, maybe you're very apologetic, you're very serious. They can see that if you ever make a mistake, it's genuine. You're fantastic. Basically, you're great for this job. But people make mistakes. This boss doesn't see any of your mistakes as an issue. I feel like this boss does not like people to make mistakes. Whatever job you're doing, no, it's critical. You can't make mistakes. So I feel like if you ever make one, they don't care because you like I don't know whatever mistakes you make are not a mistake really, or it's just like something that's not that crucial, or if it is crucial, it's like it's just I don't know. That's just how it works. Your reliability on not being um making mistakes is more to them. This person, I feel like, whatever position you're gonna fill, whatever job you got an interview for, or whatever, they have gone through a lot of people to hold down this position, and I feel like they've deemed it overall the schedule is the worst. And then trusting, they need someone that they can trust. There's something that you do that it requires some type of trust. I'm picturing like, okay, maybe you know people's addresses or something like this, or you know, you have maybe a key, like they're giving you some type of responsibility here, so they have to trust you. And I feel like, and they do, they trust you like right away. That's why I say this person connects to people and they went with how they felt and they put you where they want you in the job and I feel like this is where they're gonna hire you and put you. I feel like you might not maybe you I don't know what kind of I don't know, you don't feel like you over accelerate over accelerate. No, like I feel like you over exceed yeah, over exceed the jobs. That's why I say this person wishes they could pay you more type of thing. But I feel like whatever it is, it's a pay raise, so you're happy. I don't know, the child card, Jack of Swords. That's making me think of someone who's a little shy to talk. As I say, they can see that you're maybe like worried to make mistakes or something like this. They read this off of you in the interview or in your the first time you go to work or the first time you talk to them or something. This person reads people very easily. There's a timidness to you, like you're someone that doesn't like to. They can read. I don't know. They expect this from you, so I don't know. This is like a reassuring boss. They're gonna reassure you, like don't worry or it's not a big deal, but this, that, and the other. And I feel like take their word for it. This is just them talking to you because they have to tell you things, right? Oh, hey, you did this, or hey, you did that. I feel like don't feel like this boss doesn't is one of those where they're gonna somehow consider this. They can see that I don't know. They're gonna think on it. I don't know. Either way. So this boss is not afraid to speak up. As I say, if this boss treats you really good, it's because you're doing really good. If this boss ever never complains, or maybe they only complain like a handful of times, like I feel like this is like that's why I say you must get this job because I'm like even seeing you work it. Like I'm getting like the report on you. You're gonna get this job and then you're gonna go through some stress. Okay, Ten of Wands. Yeah, no, it's gonna be very stressful. I feel like they're gonna watch everything you're doing. They're gonna pay attention to you a lot. I feel like this is the interview. I feel like they're you might be under surveillance during the interview even. There's like an overlooking, there might be another person there. There's some type of intimidation going down in this interview. Okay, the apocalypse is what I'm saying. There's some stress. The clover card, you're happy once it's all over. I feel like you feel like you don't necessarily know if you're gonna keep this job or get this job or if they're gonna keep you, but you kind of feel positive and you personally will feel positive that they're gonna maybe, you know what I mean, like call you. Like you know what I mean, it's good. But the negativity card, I feel like you wonder, you worry. Okay, love card. Okay, you love this job. This job is good for you. I feel like that's probably why you're so good at it. Hammer card, it could be anything. You could be building furniture. It's something with the hands, I guess. Copper card. What would that do? I don't know, plumber? No, that would say maybe you're a plumber with the copper pipes. Okay. Either way, point is, well, that could be because plumbers do have to go to people's homes and they have to go in them, and people like put their guard down and let these people in their homes. So, okay, background check. I feel like these people do a background check on you. Maybe I feel like you're supposed to legally ask. I feel like this person doesn't give a shit. I don't know, they do like an esoteric one or they do a real one and it's just for their own personal knowledge. I feel like it's not for you to get the job or not, so they don't mention it. But I feel like they might do this all on their own. That maybe they do their own research, whatever. Maybe they talk to you and maybe they've already pre-researched you before they even call you into the interview. You know what I mean? There's something. I feel like maybe they do ask you, do you mind a background check? Something like that. I feel like they like your background. Either way, 10 of Wands, there's going to be stress when you start this job and also stress when you take this interview. A Tree of Life, no, no, this job is meant for you, at least for now. And I feel like it's one of those jobs where it's yours until you don't need it no more because something better is coming along. So you can feel comfortable, okay? I feel like you can't really change who you are. The reason why you don't really make mistakes is because of how, I want to say, uptight, uptight you might be. All right. But there's a sense of like, that's why you do so good. So they're like, basically, you're gonna always be wound up. 10 of Wands, love card. I feel like, but this is probably gonna get in your the way of your love life. As I say, you might get a complicated schedule or just something like this. You're on call, something. I feel like status is making me think of static. I feel like yeah, no, if you're dating anyone, it's gonna cause some static. But I feel like cleanse. I feel like once you get comfortable in this job, I feel like you can start dating again or something. I feel like you might not even be trying to date. I feel like, but that's just that. Listen, it's the love card. I gotta talk about the love, the fertility, or somebody that people try to date. So I feel like the zebra card is like I don't know. The zebra's funny, but either way, they basically this boss reads you right away. They're somehow very psychic or just very knowledgeable, but they connect to you right away easily because of who you are. So even if you were anything else, I feel like it would be a different type of read process for this person. So with you, it was very easy because of who you are. And they read you right away. You're very open and honest. So they read that, and they, with letting them in like that, they're able to see that, okay, this person's exactly who we need. And they just already know what to expect. I don't know. Either way, I feel like this is a very positive read, and it's very good. And I feel like, and eventually, I feel like it leads to some romance for sure. So this is like another job. As we say with the tree card, it's like some type of it's a job that's really good for you. So I feel like the schedule might be crazy, but it's somehow good for you. Maybe you need that spontaneity, or just you need some of this. And I feel like, and maybe that causes something with love. You run into somebody that you wouldn't normally run into. You bump into them because of this erratic schedule or something. I don't know. And I feel like you might not necessarily get to date them, but you get to actually, like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like something, maybe Valentine's Day. Maybe you get to go on a date for Valentine's Day. I don't know. Maybe you're working on Valentine's Day. Either way, something like this. Let's just say you're going to be working there before, by Valentine's Day, I guess. The love card. In a work read, it has to relate it somehow. So I guess time schedules. So you might, I don't know when you go on this interview or when they hire you for, but I feel like it's going to be probably before Valentine's Day. So I hope you enjoyed, and that brings you some insight. Thank you. Goodbye. I have Red Bull. Oh, is it going to be still cold? Maybe. I'm doing the do right now. Option two, the crocodile. Oh, I haven't gotten the channel. I'm so sorry. This is a request too. I feel so terrible. And my battery's dying. Hold on. Okay, I feel so rude. I am so sorry. Okay, wow, there's lots of chats. What are YouTube's? It's interesting. Okay. Hi, Dylan. Yes, Kitty. Oh, Kitty's out of here, though. Oh, Kitty. Yes, Kitty with two D's. It's actually two D's and an I-E. Kiddie. I know. He's so cute. He's from the 90s in my mind. He's been, I feel like he's an old kitty. Okay. Kitty is so sweet. He deserves to be famous. I have this little thing that I knitted while I was in the shelters. I was trying to learn how to knit. No, before I went in the shelters. No, wait. When did I knit that? Before. So, anyways, I knitted this little thing. It ends up being perfect for a hat. Oh, he looks so cute in it. All right. A nice addition. You picked pile three. Hi, Susie. You picked pile three. A nice addition. I don't know what a nice addition is. Ooh, I like that picture though. The moon is really pretty. You picked pile three, and all of a sudden a card falls on it. What are the odds of that? Hi, yeah, that's really cool. I love when spooky things kind of happen like this. Okay, I picked pile three, the owls, because owls love being out at nighttime. I love owls. I had their negative copyright infringements and profits from this. Oh darn! Oh darn! They're gonna take my $1.50 away. All right, but thank you for the jokes. Okay. The YouTube over here. He's like the Swedish YouTuber. I got a YouTuber in Switzerland. Doubted. Either way, I start over, okay? Option two, crocodile. Right? Listen, okay, already they're looking at you like, okay, I don't know, you have a look to you. Their impressions of you, or what's up with that look, I don't know. Androgen, I feel like this is like a boss that I feel like they kind of they pretend, I feel like, to be very androgynous. Like, this might be someone that's like, I don't have sex or not like I'm a gender neutral or something like this, and but they don't have sex like specifically, and they're older though. But they say it's because they're just not attracted, something like this. But this is all a lie. Crocodile card. So this boss is a little creepy. Okay, but their impressions of you, they think maybe you are too. What boss is this? I don't know. But this boss, see, okay, this is one of those bosses where they're like, I'm a lot like you, and you're nothing like this boss. Like sometimes bosses will say this, and you kind of like see it as a compliment, or like you kind of can see like, yeah, no, I am like you. There's an agreement on it, but this is one of those where it's like, you are? It's how? I don't know. There's an intimidation to this interview. Destiny, God, this do this with the summer card. Okay, so yeah, no, this job, I feel like okay, something about the summer. I feel like you might not stay there long. You might leave in the summer, but I feel like you get this job. All right, but I coffin card. Oh God, no, you're not gonna like this job. All right, this is like the type of boss where he stalks you, she stalks you. Though it could be a man or a woman, we don't know. All right, they act like they don't like the sex. Something like this, but they totally do. The lover card. Oh yeah, no, this is like they only hire you because they like you, or they hire you because they need you, and then and they try to act like you're just like them, and you're totally not. And then over time, they start to like fall in love with you because they pretend you're just like them, and you're totally not. And then they end up realizing it. Maybe one day the crocodile. I feel like yeah, so I say I feel like you leave within 6 months or something, 6 months or so. Destiny though, you were supposed to take this card. It ends though on time. And I feel like cleanse. I feel like you're happy. It's one of those where you need a break after. You need to like take some time off from that job. Like, you might need to take the summer off. I don't know. I want to say destiny card. I feel like you're not supposed to work there. You're someone that's teaching. You can teach. There's some type of schedule to you that you could have cleanse. I feel like I know you need a new career or you need a new job or whatever. But that's in the future. So you get this job. I guess we're just already talking about the future. So let's explore the interview though. So meditate and contemplate. I feel like you're fine. This is a job that you're fantastic at. So there is no really intimidation from this boss, even though they're hella intimidating and creepy. Knowledge. I feel like this is, as I said, they stalk you. This is like a boss that like wants to look at your phone while you're sitting there working with them or something. If you listen, don't bring your phone to the interview. Don't talk about it. I feel like this boss is gonna want your ID. I feel like you're just gonna have to let them know that, let them see that. Soulmates card. This boss feels like you're their soulmate. The mask card. They feel like you're in love with them, and and you hide it. This boss is like trying to look you deep in the eyes. I feel like meditate and contemplate. I don't know. This boss thinks about you a lot, like after the interview. That's why I say, like destiny. No, you're gonna get this job. You're supposed to work this job. I feel like maybe because of this boss. I don't know. This is like an I don't know. The coffin card. As I'm saying, Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you're single. This boss is like adaptation. That's why I say this boss is like trying to try something with you. The comic card, I feel like they try to get on your side. They try to like you. They try to impress you. They end up trying to impress you on the interview, and they're over talkative, and they're just like I don't know. They're not trying to. It's almost like they see it as you're hired. So you know what I mean. So now let's just spend interview time. The mask. Let's just spend interview time talking. And I feel like you make it maybe to the end of summer or something like this. Power symbol, maybe longer. But overall, this is how you got the job for sure. This person was desperate, so they just took you. They like you were the only person they picked, and they were like going with it, regardless of whether or not you were good for it. But they fall in love with you. They want you there. They want to keep you in there as the employee. They end up not really wanting you there no more, but they're in love with you. Even like they actually have the hots for you. The cleanse card, but this is like love hate. Like all of a sudden they don't like you no more. They hate you now. So they're like an abusive type boss. I was say you don't stay there. I feel like, but you do work there. And then when you leave, it's like on time or expected. Oh wow, look, see that the teach card. You're someone that should be teaching something. You're supposed to be teaching something. You teach this boss a lesson. That's what it is. You were meant destiny card. You're supposed to you're supposed to work with this boss to teach them a lesson. It's kind of like this boss is inappropriate and maybe hasn't done inappropriate things to people in the past. And you're kind of the one that comes and exposes it. I'm picturing like a girl or a boy going to work at anywhere. But this boss is always a lurker. Maybe they even attack women and things like this. They do something or even men. They attack someone, and I feel like, but they cover it up. And there's some type of predator like this, and they try to do this to you, and it ends up exposing them. The lover card, I feel like you don't even try to do this. I feel like you just naturally do this because the way you treat this boss as a person. Like, I don't know, the way you handle your boss or the way you handle like your own, like you take control. I feel like with the summer card here, okay? It's got like some tools down there with the X there. So you end up leaving this, I feel like, because you're someone that has the power, you're someone that has the tools. You're powerful, you're better at this job than that boss. I feel like this boss is gonna maybe lose their job to you. So that's why I say there's a love-hate aspect with this person, but you do not take their position. You get the hell out of there. And I feel like no comic. I feel like it's laughable. Even this I feel like something cleansed, little luxuries. I feel like this is somebody that might try to like buy you a coffee and act like they fucking gave you the world because they spent $1.50 on you. And you owe them a really good work day now, or some shit like this. Like, no, I feel like the adventure in reverse. I feel like this job is deadening. I feel like it makes you want to, like, no, you don't want to go there. You feel like you're a zombie. Okay, no, you hate this job. I feel like the interview itself, I'm picturing like training day. Like, the interview is one of those where, like, you go and they kind of have you go to work the same day and see how it goes. And if it goes good, then they keep you. It's one of those, you know what I mean? And I feel like it goes fantastic because you could do this job in your sleep. And I feel like you tell this boss that, and they maybe don't believe it. Who the fuck knows? I feel like they're not even listening. They're too busy like being in awe with your eyes. And I feel like you're not expecting this. So you go to work with them, teach. I feel like you somehow end up teaching this boss a lesson. As I say, this is like a karma thing. Okay, Lily's in reverse. That's what I say. You're dealing. I feel like the mask card. This person's a narcissist, and they hide it like crazy. Okay, King of Swords. I feel like this is somebody. They're very masculine and they like to dominate. They compete with you. As I said, they go through this whole thing with you. They might even be same gender. I feel like whether that's your preference or not, I feel like this is just how they date the same gender. This is what triggers in them mentally to date you. And they get competitive. I feel like if they have a person or a partner, like if this is a woman boss and she's got a husband, I don't know, she somehow has to like, I guess she gets jealous about him. And you, if you're a girl, I feel like, I don't know, even if you're a man, this woman's gonna get jealous. This person's extremely jealous. And I feel like, but they're extremely narcissistic. They do a lot of classic narcissistic mind tactics. Okay. I don't know, the clover card. They are clever. I feel like this person's, they feel like they're very intelligent. They might even say that, oh, I'm too intelligent. I don't know. Adventure, live wild and free. I feel like whatever happens when this job ends, you kind of expect it and you feel free. This person, this boss, sometimes somehow you get put in some type of contract with them that they state with you the first day and you agree with to it. And I feel like, and you're someone that'll do that. The destiny card, as I say, this job puts you to sleep. I feel like you could do it in your sleep. I feel like you're tired of doing it, you're over it, but you could do it forever. The infinity, the eight card. I feel like you could just do this job forever. So even though you're like that, you're like whatever. You start to identify this boss. Maybe you identify it from the start, but then you don't. I don't know, words of love. I feel like they try to be nice to you, so maybe you stick around to see if maybe they'll be a better boss. They don't. Speak with your heart. I feel like you end up speaking from your heart to them. Power symbol because you have to actually, I want to say, stand up for yourself to this boss and teach them a lesson. And that adventure, I feel like you walk out on them or they walk out on you or something like this. The job is ended. Crossroads card, Queen of Pentacles. You're okay though. You were somehow prepared for this, or you're just gonna be just fine. You know what I mean? Like you didn't necessarily need that job. This boss is relying on you to need the job. She picks you. She sees you as perfect. Perfect for the job. He or she, they see you as perfect at the job because they'll lock you in and keep you as like some type of like work thing, soulmates card, like not a soulmate, but like they own you or something. They own your soul. They locked you in with this contract and they're gonna use you and abuse you and be nice to you, but then hate you behind your back. And then King of Swords, I feel like be jealous of you about anything and everything. If you ever do better than this person, or if anyone gives you attention, this person's gonna be jealous and they're gonna talk bad things about you. Queen of Pentacles, they're gonna always put you down and try to make you seem like like they're better than you. The enemy card, they fucking hate you, but you're fantastic for this job, so they fucking do whatever they can to keep you to your face. They buy you a little coffee and then they act like you know what I mean. If you don't say thank you for that coffee, they remember. Like say you forgot just because you're tired. I feel like, and then maybe you remember a few minutes later, oh, thank you, by the way. They're like, there's like a sense of, yeah, you better have thanked me. I bought you a fucking $1.50 coffee, bitch. And I mean, this lady or man, it's mostly a woman. If it's a man, he's very feminine. All right, he acts like a bitch is what I want to say, but I don't care how manly he is. But overall, he's the coffin card. I feel like there's some type of bitterness to them. But either way, you end up just doing you, and I feel like standing up for yourself naturally. I feel like you do it really sweetly. The lover card, the crocodile, you're kind of expecting them. That's why I say you identify this person for how they are, and I feel like maybe you really, really need this job. So you take it and you deal with it, but then maybe you don't need it anymore because it was just for the moment. But you'll stay because you like it. Or, you know what I mean? The lover card, like you're maybe someone that's really nice. Meditate and contemplate. You probably thunk on it. Let me leave, let me stay, let me leave, let me stay. I don't know what to do. I feel like, and then you wait for destiny, but you're ready for it in case this person ends up being as terrible as they act like they are. Because you basically pegged this boss to end up being very terrible, and they're going to end up doing something like that to you, or leaving you, or doing something, and you need to have your money in order or you need to be ready for it. So I feel like you always maybe speak up for yourself with this boss, but I feel like there's one time you do it and that's the last straw. That's how this boss sees it. That's the last straw. And they feel like doing this to you, they feel like you very much need this job, so it's kind of like an abusive tactic. They do it so that you'll come running back and begging them for the job. They like the power trip. You know, this is a power trip boss. That's why I say they're terrible. Oh, but they act like they are just your bestest friend. They act like they're your soulmate. They act like they know you from a past life. I'm just like you, Nicole, or I'm just like, hey, Nicole, you're just like me type of jive. Like, hey, you're just like me. Hey, oh no, I'm just like you. I understand. Oh, it's just like me. Or there's so much like trying to force that they're just like you, or y'all are just like, and there's nothing like that. As I say, they hate you. This boss, I feel like, but they hate everybody. But they do love you. So as I say, if all their employees, they'll never forget you after you leave. I feel like you don't exit dramatically to do it or nothing, but you you taught them a lesson. I feel like about just treatment, something like this, and I feel like, and now maybe they treat their employees a little better. Maybe they pay them more or they just do something. I feel like, but this is like a boss that's going to try to get you to come back to work with them, or they'll always take you back. Like if you know what I mean? If you go back to them, oh, fuck. I feel like it could be 2 years later. They're going to be like, they're going to be so like, yes, because they're going to take you right away over whoever the fuck they're working with because they haven't had anyone as good as you. This is crazy how I can know this, but no. And then they're basically, they're gonna take you back anytime. But it's gonna be a power trip for them and they're gonna start abusing you again. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't never go back to that job. You have to like leave that job for good. And then that way that person sticks with it. It sticks with them. They'll never do that again because they ended up losing that. They feel like so the longer you wait, the less that it'll happen. Like don't talk to this boss ever again. I feel like if you don't talk to them, they only did that dramatic act or whatever so that you'll come crawling back to them. And I feel like no. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. And that's an interesting interview. I feel like you get the job right away. And I feel like, and you already kind of don't like it, but this person tries to put on a front. So like I said, you might need the job and you go with it. And I feel like, and you just do you naturally. It happens. It ends. Right? But it ends right on time. Okay. I'm done. Bye. Okay. I'm coming. What time is it? Oh, cool. It's only 9:37. Okay. And there's no chat. Perfect. My phone's charging. I need it charged. Okay. So option three, the owl with the hawk. That's a lot of birds. Okay, so their impressions of you, positive or negative. Okay, so this is somebody that's been seeking for a particular type of person. This is whatever type of job this is, you have to have some type of knowledge. Like you have to have a study, a degree, or you just got to know your shit. You have to somehow have knowledge, and you have this knowledge. Okay, sensuality. I feel like the owl card is all about thinking, in my opinion. Like this is all about like there is no definitely this is such a neutral card. Okay, it's got many colors we don't know. It's very thoughtful. Who the hell? It's quiet. All right, but sensuality card. That's not how you look. All right, but that's the vibe you give. So there's a complex. Like there's something where like you might apply to this job and you don't line up to how it looks. You like look too sensual or you look too boring or you look too something. You don't look like you're going to be good at this job. Not at all. And I feel like whoever this is that's hiring, they're fantastic at knowing. But I feel like you're someone that comes in and I feel like you're one of those types. So they've encountered your type before. This person's maybe be hiring for a while, knowledge. So sensuality, I feel like they're attracted to you. I feel like they like your look. I feel like there might not be anything sexual going on with it. Androgen in the comic, that's why I say they're attracted to you as a person. They like you. They like your vibe, they like your energy, they connect with you, they like you. The owl card, you might be very knowledgeable. You might be easy to connect with mentally. Whatever vibe you give off mentally for work, this person likes. So I feel like if you want this job, you get this job. There's a sense of you kind of okay, the hawks versus the owls. So I feel like there is some type of like this person's a hawk, but you're an owl. But you're not literally an owl. So this hawk doesn't realize that you have owl energy. So they very much like you just like any other one would because of sensuality. You don't look like an owl. You know what I mean? And this person doesn't look like a hawk. This person isn't really a hawk, but this is their energy. They're clicky and they kind of don't really hire anyone that isn't like them and things like this. You know what I mean? Or isn't like you know what I mean? They personalize their pick. Like they're if they're faced between two people and one's better than the other, they're gonna pick the other one that isn't necessarily that good, but it's because maybe they're the same ethnicity or something like this. Like there's a bonding that they force upon, like a clickingness, right there. But you're the owl, so I feel like mentally you override this person. Sensuality, there's a charming. You're charming. They find you very charming. Okay, adjustments are required. I feel like this is somebody that maybe they don't want you working there, but they want you working here. This is somebody that wants to maybe find a place for you because they like your energy. This is a hawk. They want to be like you. A hawk always wants to be like an owl in a sense, right? In the animal world, in my opinion, that's why they fight them. They want to be the apex predator. So they want to fight them all the time. They get bigger. They have different versions of hawks and eagles. All of them are the same. They all attack the owl, and it's because they all want to. The owl has been along longer. So if the owl doesn't exist, then the hawks will have been around longer. Do you know what I mean? So it's something like this. But there's a lot of air energy, a lot of talking, a lot of mental stuff going on. So they like you because they want to be like you. And they feel like this is somebody who is knowledge. I feel like they fluffed themselves up. Maybe other people fluff them up. Like they're in this position. They like a lot of attention. They might be like a Leo or something. Not literally, but they got that Leo vibe. Like look at me when I walk in the room type of thing. They're a charmer type of thing. You know what I mean? So they click with you. And I feel like but you're not really quite from their clique. No, you're like a little bit above them. Hey, maybe a lot. I don't know. And I feel like in size doesn't really actually matter here as people and at the jobs. You know what I mean? That's why I say you guys aren't really hawks and owls, but that energy is clashing. So you clash with this person, soulmates. They're not a soulmate of yours at all. Their impressions of you, that if they think you're a soulmate to them, and I feel like that's fine. I feel like the owl card will. There's a reason why the owl is at the top still, and it's because they outsmart the hawks. So I feel like you oversee this, like you kind of manipulate the scene. The Uranus card. Okay, so with holding out your hand with the golden pearl, like this boss might give you something. I feel like an toke, like an endearment or something during they you need to provide them with something. You have credentials, or maybe you don't, and they're like still gonna hire you. They're like, hey, listen, normally you would have to have this, but I'm still gonna let you hire, still gonna hire you. Believe in the possible. I was gonna say you apply for a job where you think you can only get hired with a degree or something like this, and maybe you don't have it, but you're overqualified for this job, and this person is gonna like let you in, type of thing. You know what I mean? They're gonna be do you a favor. You're part of their herd. They're part of their clique. You're part of their flock. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're maybe not. You're kind of a loner. I feel like as an owl, no, you're a loner. So I feel like this person kind of sees you as a loner. So I feel like this is somebody that's gonna invite you out for drinks. They're gonna try to get into your life. I'm picturing the cable guy, like like the movie, like he ends up, but not quite. Right? No, there's like a bunch of people that work here or something like this. Like I feel like this, maybe not though. But either way, this person connects with you, bonds with you, and I feel like, but it's not sexual at all. And there might be like a bromance or like a something like this going down, whatever the female version of that is. Believe in the impossible. I feel like no, they're just. I feel like they're attracted to you because maybe you're charming. You charm this person. They like it. So that's why I say, but they're not attracted to you. So the starborn though, maybe you do something. This person somehow knows about it. They look into you. This person investigates you, and they know about all your anything you do. Anything you do, I feel like they know your social medias, all of them. I don't know how they know all of them, so that's a little creepy. As I said, this hawk is a little cable guy, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's not because you've shown them or because maybe they just Google something and it pops up. No, this person, and like I don't know how they know, but I don't know. Either way, you're very close to achieving your goal. So I feel like they like to make you sweat. So I feel like this boss doesn't want you to know you got the job, but I feel like they're hiring you right away. 'Cause they got, like, a little man crush on you or something, and they wanna be around you, and they want you. So I feel like if basically, like, if this is somebody that gets a partner or something, they're like, "Oh, I know you applied for this job, but I'd rather you go here," or something. Do you know what I mean? And it's, like, to work with them. They wanna work close they want you closer to them, something like this. Wisteria longevity, they want you working there for a while. That's what I say, this boss is investing in you from the start. So this is a positive interview, right? You're very close to achieving your goal, though, but you don't know it until, like, halfway. Adjustments are required. So I feel like but it's because they wanna make you sweat, and so it's like one of those bosses where they'll make, like, an inappropriate joke, and they'll be like, "Ah, I'm just kidding." And you're like, "Oh, I don't know, longevity." I feel like, no, this is how they are. I don't know, fuck. I don't know. This boss is so into themselves, and they love that your vibe is very, like, attracting, that basically they're so into themselves, they don't even notice that maybe you attract other people or whatever. I feel like that's why I say this boss is so into themselves that they just don't even notice you or who you are. They just feel like you're just another version of them and they're talking to themselves and they're so I feel like if you ever make mistakes, I feel like this boss is gonna blow up on you basically because they wouldn't make that mistake. So they're blowing up on you because in their mind you're just like them. And it's like certain, or maybe if you do really good, if you, it is one of those where if you do better than your boss, they're gonna get angry because they're gonna be like, hold on, are you an owl or are you a hawk? Like they're gonna get triggered. This the boss gets has a trigger to them. So as I say, but they're kind of rude. Like I said, they're not really nice. They're a little narcissistic. But either way, a lot of bosses are. Adaptation. I feel like within the interview process, there's a change. Adjustments are required. They wanted to make you sweat. They didn't want you to know that basically they wanted you from the start. I feel like so they somehow like bother you about it, and then they offer you the job. I feel like they offer you a better job than you came in for. It's like a deal you can't refuse. You're like, sure. Adjustments are required. You're like, damn, I wasn't. It's like almost like you get like an interview with your boss. Like it's almost like when there's a promotion and they're hiring in-house, so they bring you in and they put you under this crazy interview or something. The Starborn, no, this person's trying to crack you, fuck with your mind, all this crazy shit. And I feel like it's to offer you a promotion, but you work closer to them. Now you get and they butter you up type of thing. Longevity, but this is a good long job for you. I feel like you could work this job. Sensuality. You might have charmed. That's what I said. You might have wanted this job. Even if the schedule is erratic, I feel like this is different. You don't mind. I don't know. Whatever this job is, even working closer with this person, you don't care. Whatever this little offer is, you somehow manifested it. You worked this hawk. And I feel like, but this hawk, I feel like is someone that's so obsessed with themselves, they don't notice you working them. You charm the fucking socks off this hawk. Hey, you're very close to achieving your goal, so I feel like you somehow get the promotion. You get a better job than you came in for, and I feel like and that was the plan. Believe in the impossible. I feel like maybe you tried that. You were like, I'm gonna try to do this, and you know you're gonna get this job, so you're like, I'm gonna try to get it about a bump. I feel like this might be some type of personal thing you're trying to do here. The Starborn, as I say, you got a lot of power to you. Knowledge. I feel like mental knowledge, and I feel like mental power. Cleanse though. There's a sense of mind blanketing. I feel like this hawk, I feel like doesn't realize it. They lose their thought a lot, and I feel like they're kind of good energy. They're kind of harmful without quite knowing it because they're kind of just self-absorbed. But this boss has a lot of social medias, maybe, or no, they don't necessarily have any, but they definitely watch yours. They look at yours. I don't know the path. Wander on the path less traveled. What you find might surprise you. So I feel like you didn't necessarily know if you were gonna get this job. You were kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know. Like you thought you were going in there and you were gonna ace it and then maybe even get a promotion or a bump or something. And no, it ends up being like not happening like that. But then, like I said, that somehow triggers your mind to do the turning point. I don't know. It's owed to you. This job is owed to you. That's what it is. I feel like in this boss, somehow the hawk, they somehow trigger. They know that they don't want to give it to you. I feel like, but they subconsciously trigger, and then your charm triggers, and then you out trigger them. Like you end up soothing them, and then you know exactly how to work this boss. And I feel like, and then you work them, and then boom, there's the promotion. That's why I say there's a turning point to I feel like everything you do. The owl. I feel like there's a learning curve, and then that's the turning point. Okay, Uranus. You turn this boss into somebody that I feel like they end up being kind of like this is a boss that talks shit about people behind their back. So I feel like they talk shit about you too. I feel like water cooler type stuff. Like they might talk shit about you over the phone to their friends. They do this to everybody. I don't know, the mice card. I feel like they talk about things they've heard about you. They just make shit up about you even. The clouds card, King of Wands, are jealous of you. That this boss ends up being low key jealous of you, but they really kind of have no reason to be jealous of you. You're not actually like trying to pursue any of the people they're pursuing, or like if this person is like married, you're not pursuing your their spouse doesn't even look at you or know you. Like I said, you're very neutral. You're not really attracting anyone, and you're not really charming anyone. You're kind of just doing your job, right? But this person wants to like kiss your ass. I feel like, and if other people look at you or something too long, yeah, balancing male and female energies. This person might be bipolar. Death card. Yes, they might be. They might even be a Scorpio. I feel like not like a rising though. I mean like they're born in October. They're a Scorpio or something like this. But healthy choices. Okay, so basically this boss feels charmed by you and they forget about it. They get charmed by you again. Every time they see you at work, they're energetically charmed by you. I feel like you hold the scene, cleanse. I feel like this boss doesn't ever really pick up that you're not a hawk like them. They always end up reconnecting with you, no matter how many times they trigger to like block you. So I feel like this boss is naturally trained to like not really do any of this, but you force this somehow mentally. And I feel like it's because it's owed to you. The Starborn, I feel like this is where you're supposed to be at. The soulmates, I feel like there might be someone working there that's your soulmate. So you end up getting in regardless. It's like you waive a pass, you force it. And this boss is like liking that you forced it. They don't realize you forced it. They feel like they did you a favor. At the end of this, they feel like they did this. They feel like they thought it. It's like an inception. Like you go into this person's mind and you basically get them to do everything for you. You inspire them to do it. Time to release negativity. That's why I said there's a negativity to this boss. And with healthy choices and adaptation, I feel like you going into their mind is some type of purification process with cleanse. Okay, cleanse says, wash your weary spirits clean, and take a walk in the wooded glades and little luxuries. So I feel like there's a cleansing that happens with this boss. They're a hawk. They'll never not be a hawk, but there's like a sense of this person genuinely liking you, but they might be self-absorbed or they care about you, but they ain't gonna remember you unless you jump in front of them and ask them for it. Or I mean, there's a sense of you having to always mentally hold the scene with this person, or they will maybe accidentally attack you or argue with you or something. And that's exhausting because I feel like it's just because they got some type of, I feel like this is in person. That's why I say it is because they compete with your energy naturally, always and forever will. Because you're just you're wiser than them. And this is somebody that will get jealous of it naturally because that'll trigger in them knowing that you're above them somehow. This is somebody that might be spiritual and you might not be. That's what I say. So like there's a sense of it clashing. They look like one thing and act like one thing, and then you kind of are that thing and you don't necessarily look like them. And you're not like them. You're nothing really like them. You're not even, you know what I mean? They're a hawk and you're an owl. Hold on. Oh, so eventually they want to be like you. So healthy choices. This is a hawk that'll look up to you. So this boss will like end up looking up to you. They like you. They charm you. You charm them. There's a good, nice flow to it. I feel like, but you gotta you kind of have to build it. And I feel like there's a longevity to it. So I feel like once you build it with this boss, you get to stay. Like once you build it, they will come. Yes, no, I feel like staying there is good. Working with this boss is good. They're never really gonna hurt you or harm you or attack you really or fire you or anything, but they will like trigger on you and maybe yell at you or blow up on you or something. But I feel like they'll always make up for it because they very much like you. I feel like this boss will take you out even like as apologies, like, hey, do you want to go to the movies? My treat or something. I'm sorry about what happened. Like this is a boss that wants to kind of extend a hand and always be friends with you. But the hawk card, you will always clash. So I feel like they might even only be extending the hand because you're forcing them to. There's a sense of you being able to charm the fucking fuck out of this person. So I feel like this job's all yours. Clover of Six of Pentacles, it's fair. I feel like you don't ever. You're supposed to go there. There's something with a soulmate. I feel like this boss might not. I feel like you connect with them like as if it's a soulmate, but I feel like they're not. I feel like comic card, there's someone there that we work with that you like. I feel like there's a soulmate there. Coffin. I feel like, yeah, you end up meeting a soulmate there, and there's something with like friendship and it's fun. I don't know. Believe in the impossible. I feel like sensuality, you charm. I feel like everybody there. But there's a particular person there. You're meant to work there to find this person. The clover card, I feel like to help them somehow. I don't know. Oh, with the tree card behind it. And I don't know. There's a sense of like them finding you. I feel like y'all find each other. This is like, I don't know, some cute soulmate stuff. And usually when that happens, if the sexual preferences align, okay, the androgyny, that's why I said this might just be a platonic friend. I feel like even if the genders align, like or whatever, but I feel like there's no turned on. I feel like you're either turned on to this person or you're not. So I feel like you end up meeting someone you want to date, or just meeting someone that you get along with really a whole lot. Sensuality, I'm not quite sure, but either way, I feel like this interview goes great, and you definitely get the job, and this is a very good job to have. But the boss or whoever you work with, or whoever this is, whoever they put you with, or whatever, wherever you get positioned with, I feel like it's a little tricky. It's a little tough to deal with, I feel like, but it's worth it. And I feel like, and you can always make it more pleasant. It depends on how you do it. I feel like it depends on how you control the scene. It's all riding on you. So I feel like some days you might argue with this boss, but you're never going to lose your job. Longevity, I feel like this job is yours. Yeah, it's one of those jobs where you end up working there for like 10 years and you get like pay raises and you retire off this job eventually. Like it's a good job to be at type of thing. But you got to deal with that hawk. But they're not that bad. They're not like an angry hawk. You know what I mean? But there is nature instinct. So either way, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to read the chat and see if there's anything I missed. And then I'm going to have a snack and head over to do Riki's reading if he didn't come in here yet. But either way, hope everybody has a great night. Okay, bye. And hi, Ka. Yes, I'm having a pretty good evening. I hope you're having a good evening too. Pile 3 sounds like my first interview with Brewster's Ice Cream Store. They want me to have a second interview. Plus, it's nothing but women working there with only 2 guys. Oh, well, then good. I feel like this job, I feel like you should take that job. I feel like it's a good job. That job was like, if you're willing to put up with it, it's a good job to be at. But you have to mentally always be like, you're kind of like going to be the boss, even though you're not, and you're not going to get paid like the boss. You know what I mean? You're always going to be micromanaging, kind of like everything a little. It's a little busy there. You know what I mean? Mentally, but it's with dealing with a particular energy. So either way, I'm happy to hear that. And I hope everybody has a good night. I have to get going. I would like to eat a snack before doing the interview. I'm going to set up a time and things like this. But either way, bye.